I am super excited today to bring you Emma Burford of Biz Rocks magazine. Hi, Emma.
Hello there, Vicky. Hi.
Emma is a successful entrepreneur and she's over in London, UK, and she's a mom of three and she is super excited to be here. I want to ask you a little bit about your digital magazine. What inspired you to start your own magazine?
Well, that's quite a long question, I guess, but I've always loved to support other women in business, and I've been following the online internet marketing path for some time now. And about April last year, one of the internet marketers who I really look up to, Mr. Ed Dale of Australia, had been talking about producing magazines online. And prior to that, I'd looked at apps and building apps for business to complement the other business models that I have. I have an online directory. And I thought, what great way of kind of using it to promote other women in business and also be at the forefront of digital marketing. So I looked into it and got really excited and looked at possibly partnering up with someone at the time, but that didn't actually happen. And so in the end, got to about August, September, and I just decided to go for it on my own. And it kind of went from there. And within 3 weeks of very good training and building the app, my magazine was actually up live on iTunes, which was quite an achievement, which was really exciting. So it's gone on from there, and we're now into our 8th issue. And we were delighted to have Vicky, yourself, on the cover this month with your article on the 6 marketing photos you need for your business, which was fantastic. And we're now on Android, and later this year we're going to be on the Kindle platform. So it's a really new, exciting kind of platform and different way of marketing that not many people are yet using. But, you know, watch this space. It's going to be massive, and, you know, give it a few years' time and everyone's going to be using this kind of marketing.
Yes, boom. I really believe it's going to be a super explosion. Now, let me just ask you a little bit about your background. You had said that you took a course. Is it a course? Or you?
I've taken lots of courses over the years, but for the digital marketing one, yes, I took part of the Magcast platform that I'm using.
Gotcha.
Has a very extensive library of video tutorials and courses and support and forum system. So I'm pretty techie. I do like a bit of tech, but I also love to network, and and I like to be able to combine all of those things to produce the magazine. So I followed the steps. It was like, read, click, do, and did that. And but along those lines, I've had lots of other courses and lots of fantastic business mentors to sort of help me and push me that little bit further along as well.
I think that's great. And you said you're a techie, and I have to just say, I want to address the elephant in the room, as we call it here in the US. It's that big thing that's just kind of hanging out with you that you can't ignore. Mm-hmm. Emma is super tech savvy. I am as well, okay, within reason.
You are.
And we tried to have a Skype call last week so that we could record this podcast interview and also video interview for YouTube. And my audio was just wonking out on me. And I couldn't get it to work. And Emma said, no worries, don't worry, we're going to do it again next week, right? So I come. And here we are, we're sitting down, she Facebook messages me, we're all ready to go, both Mrs. High Techs. And then the video wonked out. I was all ready to record on my Logitech C920, which is an HD webcam. It's super high def, and it was not working. So we had to switch over. I'm using my little HP video cam that comes with the laptop. So I'm just addressing that. You know how it is. You have to be super savvy with technology, right?
Definitely. And there's always an elephant or something, there's a curveball that comes in. And I think particularly, women, we're very good at being adaptable and being able to just make something out of nothing. So we have got something here, but, we have to just use what we have. And, at the end of the day, people will hear your message on the I can't even say it, podcast, and, they will be able to see us on video. So that's what it's all about, really, isn't it?
Yes, I love hearing your British accent. I think it's fantastic. And I have to say, I live in New Jersey, in Wayne, New Jersey, And originally I'm from Brooklyn, New York. Now please tell me you've heard of Brooklyn, New York, Emma. Oops.
Edit. Lost that bit.
Hold on one second. Are you there?
I am there,
Okay.
but it's kind of delayed. You're talking and it's not coming out at the same time. It may be coming back now. We went for a second, froze.
Hold on a second.
Back to you're living in New Jersey.
Yeah, so I'm living in New Jersey. So you talking proper? I love it. You're going to hear me once in a while with my Brooklyn accent weave in and out, and it won't be podcast. How do you say it? Say it again.
I couldn't say it earlier, but it's podcast.
Yes, for me it might be podcast.
Yeah. I could probably say that if I had a different dialect in the UK, but I'm down in London, so I've got very London, very British accent.
I love it.
So,
I love
yeah.
it. I love it. So I'm going to try to keep buttoned up here. So, so tell me about your background before you got into digital publishing.
Okay. Well, my true background prior to starting family, which was many years ago now, my children are all getting quite old now, so they're not little tots. I was actually in the travel industry and was in the sales and marketing background and got involved in a lot of tech then. So it's kind of natural that over the years that I started a family and then set up an online business. And, you know, my skills and computer skills and sort of love of networking and sales and marketing all kind of came into the mix, really. I started with an online business and really grew to become rather a social media addict. I loved that. And as Twitter took off in the mid to late 2000s, you know, I just kind of got into that side of it and the Facebook marketing and put together a business directory for mums, the Mums Business Directory, which has now been running for over 3 years online. And I've done some other things along the way as well. I've learned an awful lot and taken quite a few courses. So lots of things, you know, have developed from there, really. I think we all have a love of learning and networking, as I mentioned, and marketing. So it's just all kind of developed from there.
Yeah, and I find especially, excuse me, I've developed hiccups too. Can we have anything else happen? If you see me jumping, it's because
it's the hiccups. Now we need that elephant to scare you and then they'll go away.
Yeah. This is too funny, but hey, things that happen and this is live, right?
So, exactly. Live and rocking.
Live and rocking. Business rocks, and it has to rock because female entrepreneurs, we just have to adapt. So what did we say? We were saying that you have technology issues, you have to roll with it. You've got hiccup issues, you've got to roll with it. So we're going to do it.
Yeah, that's cool.
Yeah. So let me ask you this. What is the difference that you find between a regularly traditionally published magazine and a digital magazine? What is the difference between the two?
Okay. Well, for me, having never put together a true magazine on paper, you know, I think it's become, certainly from marketing my other business, I know, you know, I've tried lots of paid advertising in magazines such like those, but it's become harder and harder now. And there are very few, certainly in the UK, very few paper magazines you know, for business owners. You know, you've got all the glosses and the lifestyle magazines that are, you know, got billions of followers, but there are very few. So for me, with the digital magazine, if nobody's actually had a look at one, it's very interactive. So being able to add a video like this or a podcast audio file, being able to include opt-in buttons, links through to your email list, whether it be Aweber or whoever you're using for your emails. So it's very interactive. It's very there. So I haven't got my phone here, but you're literally reading on the phone or your iPad or your mobile device. It's the thing of the future. You know, people are going to get more and more used to this way of absorbing information on the go, so they can just read it as they're perhaps commuting on the train, or they just have a few minutes, they might be watching the children at a class somewhere or wherever they may be, and that's what people are now looking for. They're craving for bite-sized information that they can sort of pick up and leave and read very easily. It's a completely different kind of marketing platform to a traditional magazine. I guess there will always be some form of those around, but they are certainly dwindling
Yeah.
here in the UK.
Well,
So
I believe that, and I know that we're experiencing that here in the United States. The traditional print publications are having problems getting advertisers and
yeah.
also keeping subscribers because they have so much content available online. And
Hmm.
wherever they are, they have mobile so that they can see it. So we're experiencing that here in the United States too. All of our major publications, the New York Times, the LA Times, everything has also a digital platform where people can consume that information wherever they are, whenever they want. So your
Yeah, it's
digital
really on the
magazine,
go.
right? So
Yeah.
Biz Rocks is 24/7 too, huh?
Absolutely, 24/7, 365 days a year. You know, people can pick it up, put it down. It
Yeah.
doesn't get, watermarks or lost. So it's there on their phone. They download the free app and, it's there. And then we push out via push messages. So it's a bit like a general app. So you can keep in touch with your customers and obviously keep them up to date.
Gotcha.
Yeah.
Okay, and I know that you've been finding successful entrepreneurs for your digital Biz Rocks magazine, and I think it's phenomenal. And I wanted to ask, how do you find these women entrepreneurs that are in your magazine?
Okay, well, fortunately, because I've been online for about 6 years now, I've grown quite an established kind of base of business women around the world from being in a number of membership courses with the likes of Mari Smith, Joe Barnes of the Social Networking Academy. I'll name drop here a few. Amy Porterfield's Facebook courses, Melanie Duncan, who does Pinterest, all
Yes.
social media experts.
Yes, I've taken
Carol
that too.
Dodsley's my Google Plus mentor, and a number of other courses, and of course the fantastic Mr. Ed Dale from Australia, who's my platform developer and
Oh,
puts all of that together and takes some of his courses as well. But he's a man, so I haven't interviewed him yet, but
yeah.
maybe one day. But basically, it's really just word of mouth, networking, joining lots of groups on Facebook, getting to know people. I'm not really one to kind of push myself in front of people too much. I'm quite reserved. I guess maybe that's the British thing, but I do like to talk to people and connect. So if I kind of get chatting with people,
Sure.
and then I do find a lot of people contact me. So I don't have to. I've got to that point where I'm not having to always be asking people, would they like to come and, write or do some article for the magazine. So it's growing really nicely now. So people are
Right.
getting to know about it.
By your reputation, people are obviously finding you and subscribing, and they're able to reach out to you. So you don't have to actually go and do the
Yeah.
procurement. Yeah.
No, exactly, and it does help having people with fantastic pictures, like your picture. Obviously, you're into your photography. I do tend to look around, and it's quite interesting how so few people. Well, there are a lot of people that have fantastic profile shots, but for the magazine, I always look for something a little bit. I have a certain style for the magazine, but some people don't have a good picture. So I'm always looking. If I see one, I think, I'm going to ask that person and see, if they want to be a cover girl. And most people say yes. I do send out some emails to some people, and they say yes, but they're not quite ready to do it, or
Right.
But it comes, and I think you have to be persistent with your follow up and make sure that. If you have contacted someone, you get back to them and keep on top of those emails, the important ones.
Yes. I think it's great.
Yeah.
Do you do all of this yourself? Do you have a virtual
I,
assistant?
I do have a virtual assistant who helps me with my social media and a lot of the. I use Hootsuite and Friends Plus Me, which is a platform you can use to post from Google Plus.
Oh,
And my assistant Jackie helps me with the Hootsuite side of things. But the rest of it at the moment, I put together myself. So it's been, as I say, a relatively steep learning curve, but we're getting to the point now where we're starting to I do outsource little bits, but most of the production is me.
is you the
Yeah.
successful woman entrepreneur that you
Yeah.
are? Okay. And how important is the social media to your business? I know you do some yourself. You have Jackie.
Yeah,
And
my
also, so
VA.
tell me a little bit more about how the social media is helping your business.
Yeah. Well, initially, that's how, as I say, I got onto the online business and started using social media and Twitter and Facebook, and then all the other things came in. And it's really important because I think you need to be visible, whether you're doing a video or a podcast or you're just tweeting and it's making sure you connect with people and reply. I love it. I mean, I do really like the social media side of it, but also at the same time, I'm pretty focused and I've got a plan, so I know exactly what I'm doing as far as what's going out and what sort of content I'm wanting to draw in. So you can get, totally lost in social media, but I guess it's just finding the platforms that work for you and promoting yourself in the best light.
Right.
Yeah.
Right. I agree. And so tell me, your magazine, right, is available on iTunes and Android as well?
Android. It's on both platforms at the moment.
Okay.
It's Business Rocks, Business Women's Magazine, and basically later this year it will also go onto the Kindle platform, which will be really exciting.
Oh,
so that's the next
great.
step. So a lot of people use Kindle as well. I do also have on our Facebook page the PDF versions, because I have had some people say, "Oh, I don't use I don't have iTunes and I don't have the Android Google Play platform."
Right, right.
That's fair enough. We have in the UK quite a lot of BlackBerry users still, or there's different platforms, Windows, Nokia. So it's available on those three at the moment. Kindle will be later this year, so that will be really, that will be definitely something that will be coming soon.
Okay, great. So to get the issue of Business Rocks magazine, how would someone go about that?
Okay, well, I have a special page for your, I was going to say your readers, your listeners, your viewers. Could be all three. And if they'd like to go to www.businessrocks.co/wow, they can pick up a 3-month subscription and check out the latest issue and a further 2 subscriptions, see magazine issues, so they can have a look at all the different articles. And we do also put together some free issues, and we're just this weekend actually, teeth aren't talking properly now.
It's okay, but you have
this
no hiccups.
weekend,
no hiccups.
that will go out. There's a free issue going out, and we have lots of different things coming up. So, the main thing is to download the app, have a look at the issues, and enjoy it. And let us know how you get on if you like it. Similar to a podcast, we have a review system on iTunes and Android, so we'd love a review.
Yes.
And, basically that will be there for you. So www.businessrocks.co/wow for anyone that's listening.
Right?
.co, yeah.
Not .com, as we always
Not
use
.com.
Here. Okay,
yeah.
So .co, businessrocks.co.
Oh, yeah, /wow.
Okay.
That's the one.
Emma, do you have any upcoming projects that you'd like to share?
Okay, well, I touched on it slightly earlier, but we do have a free issue coming out this weekend, and I'm going to be pushing that one out to all the app users, which is a way of promoting other business women and promoting their offers. So it's a special biz offers free issue that will be going out, and that will be going out every quarter. So if you're a woman in business and you've got something that you've put together that you're proud of and you feel could be worthy of being included, it might be a course on Facebook ads or a course on writing or whatever it is that you do, then get in touch with me. Love to hear from you, because we are going to be pushing that one out every quarter, so every 3 months. And I'm also working on a podcast, so in the autumn, if not before, that will also come up on the site. So I'll be sharing, tips and tricks and the odd interview on the podcast as well.
Mm-hmm. I also started my podcast a couple of months ago. I wanted to see if I could do it, and so I did it on the beach in Miami. So if I can do it, you can do it too. But again, we always take courses. We're always trying to learn. As women business owners, we just really need to, always put into this. This is investment in ourselves so that we can add value and share with others too, just like you're doing. So I had to take a course for my podcast as well, and it was phenomenal. Chris Gilbertson Podcast School. So I'm not
Yeah.
sure if you're doing your
I'm
podcast
in
yourself.
Chris's. Yeah, I'm
Oh,
in
you
Chris's.
are.
I
Phenomenal.
joined, I think, about the same time as you, and I have run through the course. It's fantastic.
Yes, yes.
The only reason I haven't put it together is because I was building the website, and I
Uh-huh.
really wanted to establish the magazine routine.
Right.
And as I say, at the moment, it's putting forward issues into. I'm always getting articles, so I'm working ahead of time so that when my three children are off school in about 6 weeks' time, those issues are going to be all ready. So when I'm on holiday on the beach, I'll just be getting someone to press publish for me. So at the moment, the podcast, I want to get started. I'm very excited about doing that because I do like to talk to other ladies and men. But at the moment, as I say, with the summer holidays and it's just getting that routine together with establishing. I think sometimes we can be a little guilty of stretching ourselves a bit too thin. And so I didn't want to do that. I thought, I know the
Yes.
podcast is going to happen, but it will be in the autumn when I've really got everything else, rocking and rolling.
No, I think that's right. I don't think you
Yeah.
have to break yourself, to really add value and to share content with people. We appreciate it. We appreciate what you do, Emma, and I
Oh,
hope
thank
you
you. Well,
keep
we
doing it.
appreciate what you do, Vickie. It's
Thank you.
fantastic.
Thanks. It's so funny because my thing is to really get attention for these, right? I want to get eyeballs, and I want to get people to be attracted to what it is that you do through photography. And it doesn't have to be with a fancy camera. It can be with your smartphone. So that's why I shared that article with you in your magazine, because in later June, I'm going to be coming out with my ebook
That's right.
on Kindle. So it was just perfect timing
Fantastic.
for us to be
Have
in
you got
touch.
a name for your ebook,
I,
Vickie?
I actually can't say it just yet. I'm actually
Okay.
working on my expert interviews to fuel the book as well. I'm actually going through a course bestseller in a weekend. So I'm going to just be cranking out my content in one weekend, finishing it up, and then we'll be ready to roll. But you'll definitely be on my list
Hearing
of
all
people to
about it.
contact. Yeah, because I
Yeah.
really think your
Well, I'd
readers
love
would
to
love it.
promote that, and perhaps we can do
Yes.
another interview on you and your new Kindle book, because that sounds really exciting.
Yes.
And well done, because I haven't written a book. I probably could write about 1 million if I really had, the inclination. But I think that's great. I think a lot of people talk about it, and not many people do it.
Well,
So,
just one thing. See,
yeah,
you have a digital magazine, right? You're not the expert of all of the subject matter, correct?
no,
So, with a book, it's the same thing. So, if you can curate that expert content and really add value, I believe you can have a bestseller too.
yeah,
So just
okay.
totally
I'll
keep your
work
chin
on
up.
it.
Yeah,
You can
absolutely.
hold me to that one, Vickie.
I think that'd be great. I definitely will. I think you're phenomenal. I think you're very bright. Your personality is fantastic, and I really appreciate your patience working through all of this technical glitches. So yeah,
Well, we did it. So
yeah, we sure did, and I think this was great. Again, bizrocks.co/wow.
yeah,
To get your
business rocks.
business rocks. I'm sorry. It's
No, that's okay.
hashtag bizrocks.
Hashtag
Hashtag
bizrocks.
bizrocks, right? And
Yeah,
on Twitter, what is your handle?
it's at bizrocksmag.
Okay. And I'm at
So
Vickie Sick. So we'll be in touch. Today was a follow Friday.
absolutely.
FF.
Yeah.
And yeah, I heard you loud and clear, so I appreciate that. And Emma, I just want to thank you for being here today. This is going to be a podcast and a video interview being featured on YouTube. So it will also be on my blog at saywowmarketing.com. I'm not sure what episode number this is going to be yet, but I will, definitely have this up and running. It'll be a podcast and a video available on my blog as well. And be sure to check out Emma's magazine as well, Business Rocks. Thank you, Emma.
Thank you, Vickie.
Take care.
Bye.